Hi, welcome to the Den of Doom. It's Sunday evening. Hopefully you've finished your exercise and you're ready to do a whole body stretch. Now I'm going to whip through this because Tom is cooking a Sunday roast, which I will be heading out to devour as soon as we've finished. So basically it's just going to be a routine that you can do after every training session just to make sure that you are fully stretched whatever you do. So it's going to work from the top of the body right the way down to your toes. Hi Elaine, hi Camilla. We're just doing a whole body stretch this evening. It's going to be a 30-minute set at the most, and we're just going to, it's what I would like, a routine that you'd like to get into. It won't require any equipment, and that's about it. I should just give you two a little wave. I don't know with these waves, I like these waves. I have no idea what happens on your computer when I do that. Right, just to make sure, I'm wondering if you haven't been out for a run, etc., then obviously your muscles are still quite cold, so stretching cold muscles isn't always a good idea. So we obviously take them, make all the stretches are to your capability. When you're stretching, this drives me crazy with the students, the stretch is a competition. They're all trying to stretch the furthest and be the best at everything. A stretch is purely personal. You take it to your limit, to the point at which you can feel the tension. Okay, you shouldn't feel your muscles shaking as you're trying to hold that stretch. You should just feel the tension and then focus on relaxing. Okay, so I'm going to stand up. I'm going to move a bit further away so you can see, and we're going to work from top to bottom. Okay, any stretches that you don't think you're able to do, hi Paul, nice to see you again. From top to bottom to make sure that you are ready to stretch. Any that you don't feel that you can do, please just leave those ones out, or we'll find an alternative if you message me and say which ones you couldn't do for future. Okay, so just to make sure that we are fully warmed up, you might not see my arms may well disappear, but we're just going to do some arm circles. Now what the arm circles do is they mobilise the joints. So when we're moving within, they actually encourage the production of synovial fluid into those joints, which is always a good thing, and the other way. 5, so 5 of those. Lift your shoulders up, and then let them drop down. Lift them up. Hi, is that Julia? I can see. And let them down. And up again, and let them down, and up, and let them down. Okay. Some circles with just your shoulders. So what we're doing is we're actually warming up the whole shoulder girdle, and take them forwards, and that's all the rotator cuff muscles. Okay, fantastic. Right, so if that's starting off, then just look to one side as far as you can. Look forwards, look to the other side. Look straight ahead. Look up at the ceiling. Now when you go back as far as this, don't turn your head. Okay. Okay, and over to one side. Back to the centre. And over to the other side. And back to the centre. Now what I want you to do, we're just going to look to one side again. Look to the centre, look to the other side, back to the centre. Now take one arm, when we do the side, put your hand on your head so you're assisting that stretch, so you're getting that stretch in the neck. Now what you might find is that you need to tilt it forwards a little bit, depending on where your neck is tight. So if you have been on the turbo, or you've been doing a lot of press-ups and your head position isn't quite right, then this neck might be quite tight. Okay, swap over to the other side. I used to get a really tight neck when I rode out on the bike, because I used to look at the traffic with a wonky head. So one side of my neck used to be super, super stiff. Okay, relax. Take the head forwards again. This isn't pulling, you're just literally using the weight of your hands to stretch that neck. And breathe. Round shoulders, and feel the stretch going right the way down the back. and take it across. That's it. I hope you're all doing this with me, not just watching with your cup of tea in hand. If you haven't exercised already yet, maybe this is something you can do after you pop out. But it looks like you've missed the best of the days. It's just started raining outside. And I forgot to say swap arms. Hopefully you're watching. Keep that shoulder down. Actually, if you feel yourself pushing that shoulder down, you can feel the stretch changing. Going to go on to the other side again. Okay, this time I want you to lift the shoulder and take it down. So lift it up and let it down. Somebody's given me a hi. I can't see your name. Brian. Hi, Brian. Hope you sorted that watch out. Taking it across. Lift the shoulder up and slowly push it down. Lift it up and slowly once again push it down. Okay. Backward circles, opening out the chest. Take it behind and hold it there. I'm going to go down onto the floor. We're going to do one of the stretches we did earlier on in the week for the swim set. Alternatively, if you're by a wall, okay, you can put your arm into the wall and just push against it. Make sure the arm is in that position and push against it. If you haven't got that, obviously on the wall, or on the floor I should say, I'm just trying to give you the best possible view there. Ooh, let's see. And you push against it. Hi Andrea! Hope you're stretching with me now. Okay, so you can use the floor or the wall for that one. I think the wall's possibly a little bit easier, or a door frame. So you're getting stretched right across those pectoral muscles. Just lean into it and keep breathing. We need about 30 seconds if we want to develop the stretch in the muscle group. And then swap sides. Look, pushing against that wall. Lean into it. Every out breath that you do, you're engaging that parasympathetic system, which encourages the muscle to relax. Remember, we're not looking for pain, just the point of tension. Okey-doke. Circling back again, take the hands behind, and just push that shoulder, or those shoulders, push that chest out as far as you can. Squeezing those shoulder blades together. Okay, right, now that we're down on the floor, we'll stay down here. What we're going to do is we're going to reach up, one hand on the other side of you, so I don't mind which side you use. Okay, just lean over. So your supporting arm is down beside you and you're going to lean over. So we're stretching down side muscles here. Obviously you can do it standing up. And the other side. Try and go directly to the sides, not forwards or backwards. And we're going to do an IT band stretch now. So again, hopefully you've got a wall close by. So you're going to be half an arm's length away. Keep your feet as close as possible. Oops. Ooh, that's a mistake. Nearly had that on my toes. Okay. So what you want to do is your feet are in line and your pelvis is tucked under. What you're going to do is you're going to push and just stretch that side. You're now pushing this hip, the outside hip, out as far as you can. And then bring the arm up and over to try and touch that wall. Okay, so you're stretching the outside hip and all the way down through the lats. For running, okay, this is helping with that IT band stretch, and release it. And we'll take it over one more time. This time we're going to hold it for the 30 seconds. IT band can often be a major issue as they tighten up while we're running, causing pain down below the knee or on the knee. But you'll feel the tightness all around here, possibly coming up through the side. Keep breathing. Okay, and relax. Changing sides. First of all, a short stretch. Okay, so the outside hip is what we're pushing out. Okay, take it up, get that position. Use the wall to support you, reach over. That's the short one. Okay, I'm going to take myself a little bit further away from the wall. Okay, tuck your bottom in. When I say tuck it in, tuck it under. Okay, tuck it under and push it away from the wall and reach across. I'm going to hold this one for at least 30 seconds. So I can feel this at the top of my pelvis. Reaching towards the wall. Take a little bit further if it feels like it's eased with each breath. Okay, and relax. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're just going to do some hip circles. Keep them going in one direction. And then change direction. Nice big circles, not too fast. Now as you come around the back, really push your bottom out, keeping your feet firmly planted on the floor. And going the other way. A few crunches going on there. Hi Hayden. Hope you're stretching, not just watching. Like I said before, I love how this tells me you're watching. And Christine, hope you've been out for a run today, Chris. Or should I call you Caroline? Okay, well done. Right, we will do another stretch on the side here, so slightly bent knees. Let's take it over. Now with this, make sure you're going directly over to the side and not leaning forward. So keep that bottom tucked under all the time. Okay, so you're supporting yourself on the other side. And up and over to the other side. Bottom tucked over, make sure you're going directly to the side. Okey-doke. Now what we're going to do, so to get your feet a little more wider, a little wider apart, okay, and we're just going to keep both feet pointing forwards and just take your bottom down to as far as you can comfortably. If you can do the splits, that's fine, but if you're not a splits person like myself, you should be feeling the stretch on the inner thigh of the leg that is outstretched. So put your hands on your supporting arm, both feet are forwards, take it down as low as is comfortable. Okay, taking your bottom low, go over to the other side. Okay, now that was a little bit more flexible, so I can move my leg out a little bit for that one. Now last week we did a foam roller session on how to release the adductors and the hip flexors, so we'll include some of those stretches. Okay, keeping your bottom low, taking it over. Keep it low the whole time, resting on the bent leg. Okay, but hold that for 30 seconds if you want to make a difference. Make sure you keep breathing. I'm going to take a little bit further this time. So if you feel the tension is easing, don't worry about taking it that little bit further. Okay, walking your way through again, keep that bottom nice and low. Kainwen, hi Kainwen. Nice of you to join us. I hope you're going to do some stretching too. Give us a thumbs up, some love hearts. Let's feel the love. Keep that stretching, love the inner thighs. Okay, now both legs are straight and we're just going to go down towards one leg. So now we can feel it down in the hamstring as we twist down towards this leg. Now really be careful if you do have lower back issues, okay, make sure that you are careful with this one, because once any of these ones where we're leaning forwards, okay, we're putting all our body weight through that lower back in a weakened position. Over to the other side, hopefully you saw me go. Now if you can touch those toes, amazing. Support yourself on your leg. Through to the middle, support yourself with your hands. Okay, what I want you to do now is take your hands back as far as you can comfortably go, remember? Relax that head down. Okay, over to the right leg for me this time. I'm a little bit further. I can actually touch my feet this time, at least with one hand anyway. There's a shake coming on, so I'm going to loosen that off a little bit. If you feel yourself starting to shake, just ease off, okay? You're taking it slightly too far. So in an ideal world, we would do these stretches after every bout of exercise that we do. But we're not pros, we're busy working people. Some of us have got children, some of us have got high important jobs that we need to be focusing on. Not that children aren't an important job, obviously. Back into the middle. Okay, let yourself drop down. Let the head relax. And walk your hands backwards. Okay, taking it back up, walk your legs back in, give them a little bit of a shake. Okay, the next stretch we're going to do for the hamstring is one leg in front of the other. Okay, bend the back leg, keep your knees in line. So the gap between your knees should be at least a fist, so you're giving yourself a wide base that you're not going to fall over. Hi Beth, good bike ride today. Oh, in the virtual world, it's crazy, isn't it? Okay, so what we've got, what I want to do, we're stretching the hamstring of the outstretched leg. Now some people will be like, oh, I can't get stretch here. That might be because your back is rolling over. Okay, so nice flat back for this. Push your bottom backwards and you should feel the stretch. So we're going to hold that. What we're going to do, our hamstrings are attached below the knee. So we're also going to engage our gastrocnemius and we're going to lift the foot up. Oh, I love that. Feel it go right down in there. Such a satisfying stretch, this one. Make sure you're resting on your bent leg. Nice flat back. Okay, curl yourself back up, swap legs over, bend this back leg, sit down, remember your knees are in line. You're resting on your bent leg, push that bottom out, get the stretch. Nice long breaths. I went out for a run today, I've got to say it was far warmer than and up with your toes, far warmer than I was anticipating. My face is looking a little bit browner, which is quite nice. But I set out in long tights and a thermal top and ended up coming home, needless to say, just in my crop top, which is quite a sight. Feel that stretch as we lift those toes up. Pull those toes right up there. Absolutely fantastic. Feel the stretch. Okay, and roll it back up. Okay, now we're going to focus on getting the glutes to be stretched. Okay, so my favourites, which I've got from doing the yoga, is the cross-legged one. If you can't cross your legs, then you can look at doing one on a chair maybe, which doesn't put as much pressure on, and do one leg at a time. So this is for Paul. I think you mentioned your hip the other day. So I don't know if you can do this. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a strap or something. I'm going to have to improvise with my sweatshirt. Okay, so if you have a hip issue and the legs won't drop out, what you can do is get it up as high as you can, and then just loop something around it, and then sit forwards, okay, to get just the mobility in that hip joint. But please, please, please don't push anything. For those of you who have two amazing hips, we're going to go down onto the floor, cross our legs, or fold our legs like this, and where we were before, okay, we're just going to lean forwards. Now, I tend to find the stretch tight, or tightness, just here, okay, at the top there. So it's all, and what you've got there, it's usually the stretch is in the leg which is in front, or the side of the leg is in front. And you take yourself down as low as you can. Oh, it's going my head on there. I'm having a challenge now. Can I put my head on the block? I bet some of you, I've got your whole body's on the floor here. And if you feel a pinching in your hip, might feel quite good today. It must have been those IT band stretches. Again, just breathe into it. Okay, what I want you to do now, stay there. Put your hand on the leg that is in front, and then push that down while you go over to the opposite knee. Now, all being well, you've got a stretch now in your glute, really nice tight stretch in there, but also in your lower back on this side as well. So take it down. If you can get your head on that knee, that would be amazing. But there's no pressure. It's not a competition. Breathe, release that stretch. Okay, bring yourself round to the centre and then come up. Okay, we're going to swap legs over. Going to go forwards. Use this just because. That's great. Feel the stretch in my right leg now, and my right buttocks. This is working the IT band and the glute medius, or releasing them. Okay, place placing your hand on that outside leg's knee. Okay, I'm going to go over, oops, sticking to the floor. Okay, to the opposite. So push that knee down, so we're maintaining the pressure on that, and then lean forwards. Feel the stretch deep in the glute and also that lower back. Okay, and up, and we'll just go down one more time. Okay, one side is so much better, so less tight than the other. As you can see, I can almost get my head onto the actual floor here and not. Okay, so up we go. Next one we're going to do are the quad stretches. Now I'm aware that the one where we sit back on the quad might be a bit much for some of you, so what we're going to do is just literally lying on the floor here. Okay, just bring one back up, take it into your hand, keep your body in line. So this is why I'm turning my head so I'm straight, because if I'm twisting like that, I'm not going to be getting the stretch in that quad. Okay, so if you can get it so that it touches your bottom, that's great. Now some people can get it there and not feel a stretch, okay, because your quads are perfectly flexible. So in order to engage them into a stretch, just push against your hand with your foot. Okay, and lift it slightly off the floor. So now we're going right through the rectus femoris and into the hip flexor in order to get that stretch. Push your hip into the floor, your hip bone. And relax and take hold of the other leg. This is my tighter leg. I can feel this one without really having to push against my hand. Yep, just about getting it to my bottom. Okay, so I'm going to lift it slightly and push against my hand. Keep your body in line. Focus on relaxing. And relax. Okay, we're going to go from here into the cobra, stretching right through the abdominal muscles, lifting those hip flexors. And take it back. We're going to go up to the sofa now, or obviously you could use the wall. We're just going to get an extra stretch in those hip flexors and quads. So I'm going to use the sofa, but if you are looking, if you're looking to use the wall, that's fine. Maybe I'll show you on the wall. Okay, so what we do, I need to get it where you can actually see me. So you get into your position, take your knee up to the wall as close as you possibly can. Okay, hopefully you can see that without me. I'll move the picture. Okay. Okay, so it's up against the wall. Don't necessarily need the wall. Tip your pelvis under. So by tipping that pelvis under, you get the stretch right the way through the quadricep. Okay, from here, we can also take it back and lean over, so we're really, really taking that stretch nice and deep. Oops, you might not have a chair to balance on, so support yourself on that leg. Okay, relax and change legs. Good up. nice and high, so your knees as close to the wall as you can comfortably get. Okay, lean in, get that pelvis to tilt, lean into it a little bit. So we've got the hip flexors coming through. Take your arm up and over. The beauty of the time we've got now, we are stuck in the house. So if we do some form of exercise in the morning and then perhaps some conditioning in the evening, followed by a nice stretching routine, get yourself a routine that you can stick to. Obviously you can cut this shorter if you need to and focus just on, okay, that's that one, on the muscles that really need it. You know which of yours are the tighter muscles. Okay, so I'm just going to do calves to finish. So I'm going to go up to the wall once more. Let's see where you can see. I need to wave to all you people. Okay, so I've got to go quite a long way away. So remember what I said? I'll do it with the chair. I'll do it. I'm trying to think of what you've got handy. Hopefully it's the same things as me. But this leg is not holding any weight at all, and I'm just pushing that back leg so that I can get that stretch in my gastrocnemius. If you remember from the other night, how do I get the stretch in my soleus? Answers on a postcard. For you oldies, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, but I will tell you now. In order to get the stretch in the soleus, I'm going to bring the leg forward and we're just going to bend it down. Again, there's no weight on this other leg, it's just there to support. A step is really good if you have got a step handy for that soleus, or the gastrocnemius to be honest, and you can do the heel drop. Okay, so with the bent leg, quite a nice one. And actually if you turn your toes up, works really, really well. It takes it right under the foot, which I said is a very neglected area. Okay, so swap legs over. Keep the heel pushing into the ground, tilt your pelvis and lean towards the wall. We've just gone over, slightly over the 30 minutes, but we're pretty much there now. Okay, I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to use my little step, but if you haven't got the step, don't worry about it, obviously. Okay, just going to bring it in and make sure that the leg is bent in order to get that stretch in the soleus. That's it for tonight. If there are any extra stretches or muscles you felt that we didn't do enough on, please request me to introduce you to some other stretches